Today, SAI News is not about one flashy chatbot demo. It is about the plumbing underneath AI, supply chain security, deployment costs, and the giant data centers needed to keep the whole system running. Google Cloud has introduced a new way to track what is inside AI systems running on Kubernetes. Amazon is making it easier to choose the right infrastructure for generative AI inference. And Meta says one Louisiana data center is expanding to 5 gigawatts of compute capacity. First up, Google Cloud has announced K8s, ABOM for Google Kubernetes Engine. That name is a mouthful, so here is the simple version. An AI bill of materials is like an ingredient list for an AI system. It helps teams record which models, datasets, software components, and deployment details are part of an AI workload. Google says K8s, ABOM is aimed at workloads running on GKE, Google Kubernetes Engine. Kubernetes is the system many companies use to run software containers at scale. GKE is Google's managed version of it. The new tool is meant to help security and platform teams automatically generate clearer records of what is inside an AI deployment. What is confirmed is the Google Cloud blog announcement, dated July 13, 2026. The company positions this as an AI supply chain security tool. That means it is less about making a model smarter and more about knowing what is running, where it came from, and what risks it may carry. Why it matters? This matters because enterprise AI is moving from experiments into production. Once AI is handling customer data, internal documents, code, or business decisions, companies need more than a prompt box. They need audit trails. They need inventory. They need a way to answer basic questions during a security review or incident. Which model was used, what dependencies were present, and what changed? For ordinary viewers, this is one of those quiet infrastructure stories that shapes whether AI becomes trusted enough for serious work. It will mainly affect developers, cloud security teams, and companies running AI on Kubernetes, not casual chatbot users. Next, AWS has announced a new user interface for generative AI inference recommendations in Amazon SageMaker AI Studio. Inference is the part of AI where a trained model actually answers requests. If you ask a model to summarize a document, generate code, or classify a support ticket, that response costs compute. At scale, those costs can become painful fast. AWS says the new SageMaker AI Studio experience helps teams choose instance types, serving containers, and optimization strategies for generative AI workloads. In plain English, it is a guided tool for figuring out how to run a model efficiently. The company says the API version launched earlier in 2026, and this new UI is meant to make the workflow easier for teams that do not want to tune everything by hand. What is confirmed is the AWS Machine Learning blog post from July 13th. AWS describes preset use case profiles, a guided optimization workflow, visual recommendation comparisons, and one-click deployment. Why it matters? This matters because a lot of AI projects fail at the boring stage, production cost. A demo can look great with a small test group, but once thousands of users start sending requests, every token and every GPU minute matters. For business users, this is about whether generative AI apps can be run reliably without surprise bills. For developers and ML engineers, it means cloud providers are competing on the full AI operations stack. Not just who has the best model, but who helps you deploy models with better cost, latency, and reliability. The third story is Meta's latest AI infrastructure push. Meta says it is expanding its Richland Parish, Louisiana data center to 5 gigawatts of compute capacity. 5 gigawatts is an enormous number. For context, this is not a laptop and server room story. It is the kind of infrastructure project that turns AI into an energy, construction, and regional economic issue. In its newsroom post, Meta says the expansion is tied to more than $1 billion in local infrastructure improvements, including roads, water, and wastewater systems. Meta also says local Louisiana businesses have received more than $1.6 billion in contracts since the site broke ground, and that the data center will provide more than 1,000 roles once operational. Those figures are company claims from Meta's own announcement. They are not independent economic impact studies, so they should be treated as Meta's framing of the project. Why it matters? This matters because the AI race is becoming an infrastructure race. The biggest labs and platforms need chips, power, cooling, land, and community approval. That means the future of AI is not just decided in model benchmarks. It is also decided in grid planning meetings, local tax debates, water systems, and construction schedules. For ordinary users, the effect is indirect but real. Bigger data centers can support more AI services, faster models, and more features. But they also raise questions about energy demand, local costs, environmental impact, and who benefits when a community becomes part of the AI supply chain. The pattern today is clear. AI is maturing from software magic into industrial infrastructure. Google is focusing on trust and inventory. Amazon is focusing on deployment efficiency. Meta is scaling the physical compute layer. None of these stories needs hype to be important. They show what has to happen after the demo. Secure the system, make it affordable to run, and build enough infrastructure to support demand. Which story do you think will have the biggest impact? AI supply chain security, cheaper inference, or Meta's massive compute expansion? Let me know in the comments, and subscribe for your daily AI update.